The Delmarva Home Show has so many wonderful sponsors. Here's our monthly Real Estate Top Performers segment. Welcome to the Real Estate Top Performers segment. Thanks for joining us again for another month where this time we're learning all about waterfront properties. I've got a great panel of people here today. You guys are looking great. Thanks for joining us today. Introduce yourself.
I'm Suzanah Cain. I'm with Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, PenFed Realty. I have been helping buyers and sellers on the Eastern Shore for 25 years.
I'm Robbie Budd. I'm a loan officer at First Home Mortgage, and I assist with the financing for buyers' home purchases.
And I'm Jay Dixson, Eastern Title and Settlement agent here in Delmarva.
Nice, great to meet you all. I'm so happy you're joining us. We're talking about waterfront properties. I think people who come here on the Eastern Shore, that is one of their main things. They want to live right on the water. And how beautiful the Delmarva Peninsula. What are some pluses to living on the water?
Well, the obvious plus is that you can just walk right out your back door and enjoy the waterfront, and you can, if you have a boat, you obviously don't have to go all the way to a marina. You can, fish right out your back door. You can enjoy everything that the outdoors has to offer, possibly swimming if you are in the right kind of body of water. And just in taking the views and enjoy everything the Eastern Shore has to offer.
Sunsets, sunrises, kayaking, fishing,
yes,
all in your backyard. What are some things, people who are your clients, looking for properties around here, what are some things that you're looking for them with waterfront properties, with structure, maintenance?
Okay. Well, with a single family home, you definitely want to make sure that the home, especially if it's in a low-lying area, that you have vented crawl space area, that it's, if it's going to be in a flood zone, you want to make sure that you are going to have the proper flood insurances, and that it meets, the flood requirements, so that, that the home, if you were to be subjected to flood or, potential bad weather, high winds, exactly, that that you would be protected, and that your home would be safe from the elements.
And do you need separate insurance or something like that?
Yes, you do. You definitely need flood insurance, and you would definitely want to talk to a professional about that. There's definitely separate flood insurance that you can get, and then if you're in a condominium for waterfront, obviously they are going to have a master flood policy in effect for you. That's already probably going to be part of the master flood and part of your master insurance. So you're not going to necessarily have to go out. You might want to take an extra policy for your contents, but the building itself is already going to be covered.
So living in one of these homes is great, but these could also be rental investments.
Absolutely.
Single family homes, condos. Talk about the difference between one of the other of those.
Okay, so as far as, are you talking about like Airbnb?
Yeah, so what's the difference kind of in single family, what kind of you're getting with that versus a condo where there may be more like rules or things?
Okay, sure, absolutely. So one of the really nice things about being able to rent your waterfront property is it offsets the cost of the waterfront property. So a lot of people think that waterfront properties might be not affordable for them, but this makes it affordable if you turn it into an investment, and you could possibly, or even if it's just a second home that you just want to rent out for a couple of weeks a year, a couple of weeks just to offset your costs, whether they be condo fees or your maintenance fees. If you can rent out a place for, just a few weeks out of the year, you can cover some of your costs, and then you can enjoy it the rest of the year. With a townhouse condo or something that's going to have a condo fee, if you have a pool, if you have amenities, this is definitely going to help your rental income, because a lot of people come here, they want to be able to, have things to do outside of, maybe just going to the beach. So if you're in Ocean City, or if you're in a Bethany Beach or Fenwick or Chincoteague, if you did have a pool or something else for them to do, that's definitely going to add to your rental income. If you're in a single family house though, there's other things that you can do, such as like have bikes available, have fishing rods. Kayaks, have kayaks. I mean, there's definitely things that you can do to make your Airbnb stand out just as well. So there's different things that you can do for both kinds of properties. And the one thing I will say, and I tell this to people all the time, is I say if you have a single family versus a condo, make it pet friendly, because you will get a lot more money if people can bring their fur babies. Because there is so many places in Ocean City, but if you're in a condo, only owners can have pets. Renters cannot.
Can you tell we're all dog lovers?
Yes.
Yes, bring on the pets.
Yes.
And speaking of affordability, talk about maybe the different mortgage you'd have to get for a waterfront property, Robbie.
Yeah, so there's a few different things you'll have to consider when purchasing. One's going to be your occupancy, whether it's a principal residence, second home, or investment property. With each of those, there's going to be different down payment amounts, minimums. So principal residence, if you're a first-time buyer, you can put as little as 3% down. If it's still your principal residence, but it's not your first time purchasing, you can put as little as 5% down. When you go to a second property, you need to go to 10% minimum. Investment is 15%. So it kind of ticks up there. And then other things you would consider is the interest rates. With second and investments, they're going to generally be a little higher than a principal residence. And like Sue already touched on, if you're living on the water, you're going to be in a flood zone. So reach out to, there's a lot of local insurance companies in the area that you can reach out to and get a quote, and that'll be factored into your monthly payment. So those are a few things to consider.
And you've sold, or you've been a part of the sale of many waterfront properties. What is it like? What's your favorite part for you for kind of helping close that deal on them getting a waterfront home?
Yeah, just seeing the excitement out of them. A lot of, especially in the Ocean City area, there's a lot of out-of-town people that, their dream is to own on the beach or, with a water view. So seeing the excitement at closing when they finally did their keys is definitely it's a plus.
So a little bit of a different mortgage, a lot of different things to think about. And Jay, with the title, kind of the same thing?
It is. Everybody loves the great view that they get. And one of my most exciting settlements last year was in Crisfield at an apartment looking out just over the view of the water. And we did the settlement actually right there at the condo on the water.
So you want more things like that. You want to be able to...
Well, I do. People love water views and the sun coming up, sun going down, just the water. One of our clients even has an Airbnb. It's right in Ocean City, and it's even almost on the water. The water is like right there off their balcony. So we did that settlement, and yeah, it's been exciting. But yeah, the better the waterfront view, the better.
Why not?
Yeah, no one thinks of being able to actually settle in your actual waterfront unit. They think of being in a conference room, but Jay actually lets us do it like in the actual unit, which is really neat.
Well, what's your slogan with Eastern Title, right?
Company motto is we close anywhere, anytime, and when it comes more closer to settlement time, our clients do have requests. So some of them say, hey, we'd like to settle right here at 4 o'clock. So I say, yes, I'll be there.
That's awesome. And 25 years of real estate experience. You've closed and helped make many people's dreams come true with waterfront properties. What's your favorite part of doing this for the past 25 years? You wouldn't do it if you didn't love it, right?
Well, my favorite part is obviously helping people. I love it when people come down here from, from other states, like whether it's, up north in New York. I think after COVID, especially, like when people were trying to get out of the cities and people were coming, everyone's coming down here now, and our inventory has been very low because of that, especially for waterfront properties. But everyone just wanting to get out of the city and figuring out like what's been most important to people, and it's been like quality of life. So more and more people are coming down to the Eastern Shore. So it's just been really nice working with everyone who's been coming down here and wanting, and a lot of more people want waterfront because they find it calming, and they just are experiencing the beauty of the Eastern Shore, and the waterfront really plays into that. So that's just been really nice. And then for myself personally, no matter how long I've lived here, I keep finding new spots on the Eastern Shore that I didn't even know exist.
Gems.
Yes, and like he was saying, I was just in Crisfield yesterday and I was showing waterfront, and it was the most beautiful view, and I was watching the turtles, just like floating around and like playing, and like I see something new all the time when I show property.
And even that's been Satara and I, my videographer with the home show, when we go to all these different homes, like they're in my backyard, right? I've lived in Sussex County my whole life, but just touring some of these homes, I'm like, wow, this is right here in Dewey Beach. Or
exactly.
And the cool part with waterfront properties, it doesn't have to be the ocean. It doesn't have to. It can be wherever. All
so many different bodies of water. Yeah, we have prongs, we have coves, we have we have creeks. Yes, we have everything. We have beaches. We have so many hidden gems that you would never know.
Right, and I just want to touch on too. Sometimes if you're living in these developments that have HOA and things like that with what's included with your dock or with your waterfront properties. You want to touch on that a little bit?
Sure. So for example, if you take Ocean Pines, for example, Ocean Pines is a big community down near the beach. The HOA there does cover quite a few things. For example, the waterfront properties, there's several communities in Ocean Pines where your HOA does cover your bulkhead. So bulkhead can be very expensive to maintain, and your HOA fees there do cover the bulkhead. Now there's a couple different sections of the Ocean Pines where the bulkhead is not covered. So that's something you would definitely want to check with your agent about. But so HOA fees in different places cover different things.
So these all kinds of important questions
Yes.
that someone would need to ask
Yes.
if they're looking for this.
Well, at times we have had to record the property and then record the dock separately. So it would be two separate deeds, two separate recordings, even a separate electricity bill sometimes for the deeded dock. So you just have to check if the dock comes with the property or not.
So basically, if there's a viewer right now watching and they want to purchase a waterfront property, you need to talk to these guys, okay? I have learned so much just sitting here today with you guys. How can people reach out to all of you?
Call me or text me at 410-430-2118 or email me at sue@cainteamofoc.com.
You can call or text me at 443-944-4404 or email me at rbud@firsthome.com.
To reach me, Stampman, cell phone is 443-822-9804 or email me at jay@easterntitle.com.
Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and thank you all so much for watching.